Hanford was one of the three locations chosen during the Manhattan Project to produce plutonium for atomic weapons, which it did. Just to give you a kind of a perspective of like how big this place is, it's a 586 square mile region. It was chosen because of its remoteness. It was also chosen because it had access to water. The nuclear reactors that were built along the Columbia that produced plutonium, they needed to have access to clean water, and cold water. So the Columbia was perfect for that. They also needed to have constant electricity, which is produced from the dams on the Columbia. This was a very covert military operation for decades. Hanford has 2/3 of all high-level radioactive waste in the country. And these two tanks that are leaking right now pose a really great danger to the Columbia River. So these tanks are only about 7 miles, some of them, from the Columbia River. And there's groundwater that goes underneath these tanks that feed the Columbia River. Well, the longer this waste continues to leach into the soil and make its way to the groundwater supply, it will eventually make its way to the Columbia River. We know over the course of Hanford's lifespan, while it was in operation, there were 67 leaks from these tanks. There is no place that you can put this stuff for hundreds of thousands of years and keep it safe. If we're concerned about the future of the planet because of the climate, which we ought to be, we ought to be also concerned about leaving a toxic legacy behind. What does that mean for the future? And what did we learn from this? We certainly didn't learn much, but there are a lot of people that are fighting the good fight up there, just like here in California, the work that you all are doing. The Columbia Riverkeeper is a great organization up there that's doing great work and trying to hold these agencies and these contractors' feet to the fire. Let's just remember that the biggest polluters in this world are billionaires. And let's also remember that the biggest single polluter in the world is the US military. So if we want to really look at the bigger problem, let's not blame individuals that
Nope.
Are just trying to get by too, right? We do need those solar projects. We do need those things to happen. But the big polluters in this country are not, most of the renters of the world.